later that goes to stuff. That's awesome. This is cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Welcome. We are here. Everybody wave to whoever might be watching at home. I'm Linda Smith, your host. This is the Veterans to Military Comedy Show, where we have some veterans and people who love military and veterans coming on to make you laugh in the comfort of your own home. You're welcome. We are here for you. Thank you for serving our country. And now we're going to serve up jokes to you. That's right. You heard it right. Nobody salutes like this, just me. Okay. So I hope you're at home, safe and happy in a loving environment. And I just want you to kick back and know that nothing is being said to directly offend you, just your neighbors. For all the memos, we now would know what to say. Just kidding. The thing is that we love you and we want you to forget anything that might be bothering you that you've been through in your entire life. That's the whole point of comedy, to take you out of anything that's bothering you and just get in the lives of these comics that want to make you laugh. You know, just drop what you're doing. If it's laundry, drop it and watch what they're doing and go, your life will feel so much better if you hang out with comics, trust me, right? So here we go. We have a sponsor for this show. It's the veteransofcomedy.com. And there he is. David G. Scott CleanComedy.com has the shirt on. Both he and I are proud members of the Veterans of Comedy. Bert, are you in that group as well?
I hope to be real soon.
Awesome. Let's get Will on that. We'll see. Will Clifton. So they are the sponsor for the show. So anytime you want to have some comedy and you military and veterans at home want to have someone who served the country like you serve you jokes, you know where to go to find them. The veteransofcomedy.com. That's the paid announcement. And now for the one that's not paid, me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so glad to be here today. I had a birthday. I did. We keep having them. Everybody got shocked. You had a birthday? Yeah, I'm still getting older. I turned 21 for the third time because I don't lie. I'm officially 21 times 3 plus nobody's business. That means I'm, can we just change the subject, years old? Yeah. I have a twin brother. We all have doppelgangers. I get it. But I have a twin. Yeah. He lives in Portland, Oregon. His name is Fred. And he thinks he's funny. I think he's funny too, but sometimes he just carries it a little too far. You know what I mean, Mary? He said that I look just like him in drag. Yeah, great. Oh, so I just thought, well, maybe I need new makeup. Maybe I need to refresh my makeup. I don't know what, but yeah, this last year he embarrassed me so much because he came out as a 70-year-old. Now I'm busted. I don't say that. I say 21 times whatever for a reason, you know? I like wearing cute, flirty clothes because I like to get attention. I'm a diva. I live in Vegas. And, you know, in Portland, I got attention once from a barista. And he said to me, you look just like Marilyn. And I was like, oh, she is so, and he goes, no, it's raining. Your makeup's dripping. Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
Time for new makeup. Portland's rough, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. I don't take my look seriously. I don't think I look like Marilyn. You know, I think I look like her sister she never had. The one that couldn't sing, really couldn't act, and would have to pop out of a cake for Ted Kennedy. Or my Maryland, the other Maryland. Yeah. I love to travel. Nothing like it. I've been to New York 3 times. I lived there. And I like to mess with New Yorkers and scare them. You know how you do it? You just
Yeah.
talk real sweet and friendly and you say, I'm from the Upper West Side. To which they'll say, no. Oh, not the good one. Upper West Side of the US map, Oregon. Little village. You have burros, we have donkeys. It's all the same. You might not know it by looking at me because I look so sweet and innocent. I used to have dimples, but age took care of that, or gravity. But yeah, in the 70s, I became a wanted woman. And I found it out at the post office. Awkward. Act like you never heard this before, guys. His eyes followed me and he pointed. Okay, it was a poster. It was Uncle Sam, but it doesn't matter. I'm a boomer. We didn't say no to a man, so I went in the army. You're welcome. And they took this little half Christian, half Jewish girl with Holocaust surviving parents and put her in smack dab in the middle of Germany. Take that, Hitler. You should have checked my record. That's my time, you guys. Now we have the rest of the comedians for y'all. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Linda.
Now, if I can remember the order that I promised them, we'll be all set. The first comedian that you have, aside from me, I'm even eliminating myself as the comedian. What am I doing? The first, the second, I mess up something every time. Never mind. The next comedian, how's that?
Thank you.
Coming to this stage is a grandfather, a proud Army veteran, and he is also a proud member of the Subway Rewards program. Welcome to the stage, right here, right now, David G. Scott, cleancomedy.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda. Linda gives me the best introductions I've ever had, and I have yet to live up to them, which is sad. But thank you, Linda. Very nice. Much appreciated. They say as people get older, they get wise. In my case, just the opposite. I have more questions. For example, how dead is a doornail? I don't know. How much is a nick of time? And it's like a teaspoon? I don't know. How happy is a clam at high tide? I have all these questions. What is a cold-blooded killer? Someone who murders reptiles? And would somebody please tell me what the Knights in White sat in? Anyway. Every morning, 2 cute little ducks come visit me on my patio, and I've started giving them bread. My friend Don said, don't do that. If they eat too much bread, they'll get sick and die. I said, I know. I hate ducks.
Wow.
I like coffee, but if I drink too much, I realize there are tiny spiders under my scalp weaving hair. Yeah. Besides, I found out recently that coffee is a gateway drug. 1 minute you're stirring a cup with a small wooden stick, and before you know it, you're paddling a kayak. Yeah, I don't go to Starbucks anymore. Instead, I write my name on a cup, I pour myself a cup of coffee, I yell my name out, and then I set a $5 bill on fire. Pretty much the same thing. Anyway, let's see here. If I only had one word to describe myself, it would be not very good at following directions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Apple Watch. The first day I had it, I wore it to bed. 7 o'clock the next morning, it buzzed and said, "Get up." I said, no. What's wrong with you? Apparently, it monitors my breathing and my heart rate. So I nicknamed it Santa Claus. Well, it knows when I'm sleeping. It knows when I'm going to throw it in the lake. Oh, you better not go. Let me see here. The other day, I ate an entire can of Pringles. I was very disappointed. There were only 3 of them, and they were all tennis ball flavored. My cousin is opening a small piano store. He's very excited. Next week is the baby grand opening. It's small. It's a small store. So. Let me see here. Apartments aren't apart, they're together. Shouldn't they be called togetherments? I don't know. I like Facebook. Recently, a lady posted she was looking for a plumber to replace her water heater. I posted it might be better to replace her water heater with another water heater. Another lady posted she found some cinnamon buns to die for. I posted if she ate enough of them, they'd be to die from. A friend posted she bought a weighted blanket. I posted that at my age, every blanket is a weighted blanket. See what I did there? I recovered.
God.
Another friend posted, what makes you smile? I posted facial muscles. Missouri's considering a law to make it legal to break a car window to rescue a pet. I'm in favor of it because the last time I broke a car window to rescue a purse, I got arrested. I don't have any tattoos, but if I ever get one, it'll be a tattoo of more muscles. Either that or keep moving forward in Latin. I think there's room on my chest. Keep moving forward in Latin. Yeah, there should be room. What do you call a frozen waffle
What?
on a Southern California beach? San Diego.
Oh.
If you ask for change at the dollar store, they just give you a different dollar. I feel that people don't even consider my schedule when they get into traffic accidents. Here's another question. I should probably add this to the list of things I have questions about. How can vampires' hair be so perfect when they can't see their own reflection? I have questions. Besides, I think the size of the coffee you buy should be determined by how much sleep you got the night before. I'd like a tossed and turned for 4 hours vanilla latte, please. This makes more sense. Let me see. What exactly is wild bird seed? I have questions. Is that wild seed for tame birds? Because that should be called wild tame bird seed. Or is it tame seed for wild birds? Because that should be called tame wild bird seed. I know it's not tame seed for tame birds because that is called parakeet food. whoever put full volume doorbells in commercials has never owned a dog. And here's something, if you own a dog and a really nice pair of shoes, you will never have to buy a chew toy. Earlier, we were talking about being rich. I want to have some money, not a lot of money, but just enough to buy a Jeep and then replace that tire on the back with a giant glazed donut. My kid said I should exercise, and I said, great idea. I thought they said extra fries. Said, man, that's too easy. I'm jealous. I'll close with this. I'm jealous of two animals. Number one, armadillos, because they can curl up into a ball and just lie there, and people think it's fine. I'm also jealous of butterflies. They're born, they eat as much as they can, as fast as they can, take a nap, and when they wake up, they're absolutely fabulous. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed my set. Thank you, Linda.
That was awesome, David. Could you tell people where you're performing this coming week in the Kansas City, Missouri greater area?
It's I'm actually in Lawrence, Kansas on Thursday. There's a fundraiser for Toys for Tots, and you can get in by bringing a toy or bringing some money and donating it to Toys for Tots. And there's it's called Too Many Comedians. I think there were 10 or 12 of us each doing some time. So it's going to be a fun evening.
Wonderful. I love Toys for Tots.
That's at the Kaw Valley Bar. Kaw Valley Tavern, I think is its name. Anyway.
Got it. David's last joke was about butterflies, and I'm old enough to remember Mariah Carey when she sang the song about butterflies. Anybody else remember that way back? No? Scratch that joke. But she did marry Nick Cannon, and then when they got divorced, he became a loose cannon. So whatever. I had to find a way to get that punchline in, even if the joke got thrown out. Okay, fine. So now we're going to bring up another funny comedian. He is a military veteran as well as David. And we're going to bring him right up to the stage right now because I don't know how else to introduce him, and I don't want to try memorizing it. I mess up David. David always tells me I do a wonderful introduction, and I mess it up every time. So welcome to the stage right now, Burt Verman, you guys. Woo!
Hello, everyone. All right. Linda was talking about a lot of Vegas stuff. First off, give it up for Linda and give it up for David and those wonderful facial muscles. Yeah. The giggles keep coming. I'm going to use some Vegas material. Linda can identify with this one. These are real stories. So Metro PD just found 80 homeless turtles that were being sold on the Las Vegas Strip. Right? What are the odds of that, right? And that's a lot to take in at one time. They had to store them in the drunk tank. So man, those turtles were homeless in a half shell, that's why. Yeah, they're and they were actually all in a suitcase, and they would roll that suitcase up and down the Strip and then back to the room, and just irony, bunch of amphibians and reptile luggage. Doesn't seem like it should work that way, right? I'll tell you, those are some really patient criminals. That's a slow building crime, selling turtles. How long it takes to get 80 turtles. I wish my marriage had worked. I don't even know how much I would shell out for one.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. I would use credit card, probably not literal greenbacks. And Metro's policy, they're giving them out for the holidays. You can adopt them free of charge. So if you're looking for a cheap gift idea, that's it. And they said each person can take 2. But I think if you get the second one, you should have to have a chaperone. Or we're going to do this all over again. That's history repeating itself, right? Yeah, the spokesperson on this case, Al G. Waters.
Oh,
LG Waters.
There we go. Yes. All right. Always end on my worst. That's my motto. I'll tell you, kind of continuing the theme. Vegas has a reptile expo every year, and I missed it last year, right? It's a 3-day event. The first and second day, most of it gets sold, right? They trade reptiles, but on the third day, the power went out, and then the water went out, and I'm here to certify it was a reptile dysfunction.
oh,
Boy, yeah, but there's always next year. I missed it, right? Should have seen this. But it's like the old saying goes. It's like the alligator said after it run over its tail with the lawnmower. It won't be long now. It'll be back in town again. You get it?
Right.
Yeah. That's the only joke about tail regeneration you're going to hear at a clean mic, okay?
oh.
I think it's the only one you're allowed to tell about that. So that's good. Got a real Bill Nye lizard guy thing going on right now. But years past, I went to the expo, right? And getting service is easy. Just tell them, I want another soda. They'll get you one. That's one advantage. It's cheaper than the zoo. Think about that. Bring the kids. That way, yeah. Don't blame me for these. Oh, man. Yeah, there was a shoplifter a couple years ago, right? I heard someone yell out, "Let go my gecko." It's true. They went and checked the monitor just to be sure. The monitor lizard.
Oh,
No.
Came
Oh,
up clean. Monitor lizard lives a clean life, all right? He's not about that. It's like they say, though, it's been a tough couple of years and it's an everyday smuggle. Actually, they just found the world's smallest reptile. They keep finding smaller ones, right? And the females, this is in Madagascar, a couple chameleons. They found a female that's 29 millimeters and a male that was 22 millimeters. That's less than 1 inch. And all those exes that spoke about my salamander were dead wrong. All right. Yeah, my specimen was fine. You shouldn't go after a man's pet anyway.
Next
What I'm
subject.
saying. All right. Let me see. What else we got? So anyone else have a lot over Thanksgiving? Get your gravy and turkey in?
Ooh.
Yeah. Man, I tried to diet into Thanksgiving, right? I think a lot of people try this strategy. And it worked okay for me. Got me a whole pallet of country fried steaks and came with gravy on the side, packets of gravy. And so my compromise was that I wouldn't indulge in the gravy, right? I just put some lemon and pepper, some healthy stuff there. And did that, but when I looked over, I had 40 packets of gravy. That's a real temptation. And I got a bathtub. And I almost made myself a literal giant gravy boat. It's a lot of calories at one time, people, I wanted to jump in there like Evel Knievel. Yeah. Oh, man. I looked, right, and as I started to fill this thing up, it looked like an above-ground pool for biscuits. That's a weird one, right? Yeah. It's not what you want. And then it got towards the top and I kind of chickened out, right? Because it started to look like Hannibal Lecter's crock pot. Can't do that, you know. I can't serve myself. Anyway, my name is Bert Vermin. Thank you for playing along and have a great day. Right.
Woo.
All right.
Hey, guys, if you're at home, we try to keep it clean. That was almost clean, almost clean. Thank you so much, Bert Vermin. Give it up for him, coming and doing that, you guys. So now coming to the stage, a lady that I adore. I met her in Portland, Oregon. She lives in New Mexico. She's killing it with doing comedy. She's a great person as well. Like I said, I love her. Welcome to the stage, Mary Bird.
Thank you, Linda. I'm delighted to be here. I met Linda in Portland on a trip, and while we were there, we did like some touristy stuff, and we went to the catacombs, the Portland Underground. Has anybody been there before? Yeah. Well, this is what happened, Nico and David. Back in the 1880s, they used to drug people at the bar, make the floor drop out, ship them off to Shanghai, make them work on the ship to come back. And so I started talking about that to Portland at an open mic, and everybody got really, really quiet. They were like, oh, I go, you guys, don't worry. Portland has a shady past. Albuquerque has a shady present. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. When you drive through New Mexico, one of the things that you'll notice that we have some very weird signs that you don't see anyplace else. And I once asked the Department of Transportation, why do we have damaged guardrail signs? Why do they exist? You don't see those in other states. You drive by and go, oh, that's a damaged guardrail. Like they want it. It's because it's New Mexico. They want to make sure that tourists know, because we are very artistic. We don't want that to be mistaken for art. We also are trying to teach people what words mean. We have a lot of construction going on, and I wasn't out for like 18 months. I was not out at all, worked from home. And so they've done a lot of construction. They've come up with a lot of signs. And tell me if you have this in your town. Merge, take turns. Do they have them? David, have you seen? It's like, we used to know what merge meant. We used to know what merge meant. What is the problem here? I guess they're saying we can't beat them. We have to educate them. So that's some of the funniest things that you'll find just driving around. Live in a beautiful state, though, New Mexico. Don't believe what anybody tells you. We are about to get recreational marijuana. And just like my family up in Colorado, I figured it would finally come, because people, they did medicinal first, and then they went there. And people who voted for medicinal are like my mom. And I was amazed, and I found out, I was like, Mom, that is so compassionate and progressive. She's like, nope, trying to keep your siblings out of county. And I hope it works here too, that it keeps people out of trouble. So I was in San Diego over the Thanksgiving holiday. I saw rainbow cauliflower. Rainbow cauliflower. Cauliflower is like the new superstar of vegetables. And it started with the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, because they got some very good marketing. We're like, but they're good for people. They're good for the soil. How are we going to get Americans to eat sweet potatoes? Deep fat fry them. And sweet potato fry was born. And other vegetables have been trying to get their own lobbies. Well, cauliflower. Oh my gosh. There's cauliflower rice, and there's cauliflower mashed potatoes. There's cauliflower pizza crusts,
Mhm.
and everybody's just fine. Well, we will be out in the streets if they come out with cauliflower taco shells. That's where we're going to draw the line. New Mexico is like, nope, it can't happen. But yeah, then I saw the rainbow ones and the crackers. I'm like, wow, cauliflower can taste like anything. Unlike kale,
Yeah.
okay? If somebody gives you a kale chip, they are not your friend. They are not your friend. When they don't tell you what it is to try and pass it off to spinach, which I will eat. Oh, we quick tried these. We quick fried them. It's like, yeah, no, you are not my friend. Give me cauliflower or kale as a treat. It reminds me of going to a Christmas party once, and somebody had next to the chocolate chip cookies, these beautiful round golden cookies. They looked kind of plain and bit into it. It was a cheese biscuit. Now, when you're expecting, sweetness, I mean, ooh, this is some kind of sugar cookie. This will be good. And it's like, whereas if I've been warned, it had been by the savories. Put a chunk of meat on this. It's a cheese cracker. Oh, okay. Like that's the kind of person who mixes up M&Ms and Skittles. That's just mean. Who does that? Dave is awfully quiet. He probably does. Like, out. So I've been being stalked by fitness, and I don't know how they know, but like every other day, I'm getting like hard mail. They had to pay money for me to go and get in shape. And I have to admit, I had pulled a muscle coffee the other day, so I'm not in the best of shape, but that's still pretty rude to just presume that I might need some. So I am a smoker. And a lot of people this happens to, and you buy 5 lighters, end of the week, every single one of them is gone. It just makes me crazy. You say, why don't you quit smoking? I'm like, because I got issues with authority. Tell me what to do. Oh my goodness. Tattoos. Nope, can't say that one. Pigeons. Speaking of my friends from Vegas, did you guys ever see any of the pigeons with the cowboy hats? That was for real. And I was telling my friend, okay, someone's got a hobby. If they start in on cats, we got to call the authorities. They are escalating. They are escalating. Oh my goodness. I am sad to say, I believe that's all of my cleaner jokes.
Yay,
And I
Mary.
appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share some of those.
We love you, Mary. That was amazing. Yeah, we're sad you're done too. That was great. Oh my gosh, this is great. Now you have someone coming to your state. You guys at home who are not in the comedy world, you need to know this guy because he does so much for the comedy world. I would lose what's left of my mind if I did what he did for the comedy world. You wouldn't want me anywhere near what he does. He organizes and keeps track of who's doing mics and shows or whatever around the world. He organizes it and he lets people come on this like Facebook page and talk to each other, and some of us start drama and he has to step in and say, stop it. This guy, I can't say enough good about Nico Lukoff, not to mention the fact that he's a very funny comedian getting booked all over the place. Welcome to the stage right now, Nico Lukoff. Woo!
Oh my gosh, that was so kind. Let's get it for Linda. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you for putting this show on. Oh man, dude. David, with the Starbucks, and you're at home, you're saving money with your Starbucks cups. That's awesome. I hope that you have not once ever written your name correctly on it, though. I hope that's never happened when you're just at home, like Dylan, Dean, Daniel, Kyle. Like, let's hope. The vampire hair thing that cracks me up. I'm just like this whole time, like, how do vampires do their hair?
I feel.
It's awesome. So I live in Idaho, and I know when I tell people that I live in Idaho, after that I can pretty much say anything, because usually when I say Idaho, all people hear after Idaho is potato. But not everybody. Some people, potato. That's and it makes sense. We grow a lot of potatoes. We do grow a lot of potatoes, and I'm a big fan. Like, I'm a big fan. Also, the sweet potatoes, Mary, you're talking about.
Mm.
I eat a lot of potatoes. I eat so many I look like a russet that needs a shave. I did research for that joke. I did. I Googled what's the fattest potato. And what came up was a picture of a russet next to my headshot. I thought that was weird. That was a little, that was a little weird. I was chatting with this dude on Facebook Messenger, and he's like, "Hey Nico, do you want to just like hang out on Zoom?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Who's got a group hangout?" Because at the time we're doing like a lot of group hangouts on Zoom. And he was like, "Actually, Nico, I was thinking just me and you." I was like, "Whoa, slow down, dude." Like, we just met on a Zoom comedy show like 3 days ago, you know? That's kind of like Zoom into the Zoom level of our relationship, you know? I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen?" And we did. We hung out on Zoom, and I got to tell you, we had a wonderful time. Yeah, we shared funny stories, discussed interesting topics on this like weird but completely platonic internet date. And I realized that's what a podcast is. It's just an internet date with a theme. It's the internet date with a theme. And the theme could be having no theme. Oh, I'm sorry, Q&A. Only difference between this and a podcast is the record button, RSS feed, and begging all our friends to listen. Because I'm saying, book me on your themed internet dates, because I'm a good time. I was raised in one of the only Jewish households that had no humor.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was right. It was weird. It's weird. You know, we didn't tell jokes. Our only roasts were briskets. That's so dumb. I love it. We didn't even really use sarcasm. Yeah, no sarcasm. That was just so much fun. Look, I'm sorry. I'm still working on sarcasm. Gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get there. If I've got to wander this land for 40 more years, that's another Jew joke. We wander. Well, we did have lots of passive aggression. Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of feel like you'd have known that by now if you just cared a little. Passive aggression. Got an email the other day from my kid's school that said that one of them had been late for class that morning, which I thought was strange because at the time they went to school on Zoom. Like, there's no excuse. Like, you wake up at school, your bed's here, computers here. Like, they got loft beds, which sounds fancy. It just means they don't have enough this away space, so you got to use the that away space. It's like, and it was weird too when they were going to school on Zoom, because it was like the teachers like kind of expected us to be a little more involved, you know, in their work and stuff. And I'm like, dude, we pay tax money to the state of Idaho to drop them off, pick them up, be done for the day with them, and they come back just a little less dumb. I thought that was the deal. So I've been doing some live stuff too, but I love the online shows. And look, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I want to give it up again for Linda. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
and anyone out there producing shows and making it happen. Creating a space for folks to tell jokes and have a good time. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. Obviously, I love live shows, but one of the great things about online shows is they're just so convenient. It's just so convenient. Like the other night, I did a Zoom show. Friday night, did a Zoom show, and I had a little time before my set. So I helped my wife put our 5-year-old daughter to bed and pretended to be a good dad for a moment, you know. So I'm not ignoring them like I'm doing right now. So I'm tucking her in and I'm saying goodnight to her. You know, this is what she'll normally say back to me. This is her closer. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad you got that. She goes, Dad, I love you so very much. You're the best dad in the whole world. Like, oh, that's so sweet. However, I do realize her sample size is limited. But the other night she changed it up on me. Yeah, she riffed her closer. And she said, Dad, I like you more than the planets are large. Like, oh, that's really sweet. However, I do realize I was just downgraded from love to like. Got me feeling like Pluto.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the door and I turn out the light and then she calls out, Dad. I say, yes, darling, because now she's got me. She says this word. She goes, Dad, I've been thinking about it. And actually, I don't like you that much.
Oh.
Wow.
And I
Good evening.
immediately signed her up for the 2036 roast battle competition. She's going to crush. Her roasts will not be about briskets. Well, that's the thing. I think volleyball was invented for people who just don't know how to catch. I don't know. I heard about that on a sports history internet date. Folks, I've been Samwise Gamgee 20 years later. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Yay. Oh my gosh. This is the second time today I've heard his jokes and they're funnier every time I hear them. Oh my gosh. So Nico, I missed asking Mary and I'll get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Nico, where will you be performing this coming week in your area?
Oh, so tonight I'm gonna be MC for Eric Escobar. He's here from LA. He's in Boise at Mad Sweet Beer Hall. Very excited for that. The next Saturday, I'm at a Brother Brown's barbecue. Okay, I got that whole barbecue underground comedy show. It's at a barbecue restaurant downtown Boise. I'm excited to tell jokes and to eat, and I'm emceeing that show too. Eric Cole is headlining. He's a local here. Got a great feature. Bree Jones. It's going to be a lot of fun, and probably somewhere on Zoom in between.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give it up again for Nico Lukoff. Find him on Displaced Comedians. He runs it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and Laugh Your Lukoff is my social. LaughYourLukoff.com. Laugh Your Lukoff on Instagram. All that stuff.
Wonderful. Laffy Lukoff. LAUGHYLUKOFF.
Laugh Your Lukoff.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much, Nico. Mary Bird. Hi. Please tell everybody where you'll be performing around the world this week.
This week, actually, I just finished up this week, but on the 14th, Tuesday the 14th, I will be in Albuquerque's sister city, Rio Rancho, at the Brew Lab 101 with my wonderful host, Karen Carson, and a bunch of funny New Mexico comedians. You can see more about me on Twitter, MaryB505, and that's the same for Facebook.
Wonderful.
We make sure.
Thank you so much. I don't want to forget to mention again, David G. Scott, Clean Comedy out of Kansas City Chiefs fan all the way. And where are you performing? Remind everybody, because now we're at the end and they might miss out if they don't hear it again. Are you frozen?
At the Caw Valley, Tavern in Lawrence, Kansas. It's a fundraiser for Toys for Tots. It's like a dozen comedians, each doing about 5 minutes, so it should be fun.
All righty. And I want to end the show, since I'm a baby boomer, I want to end the show with 2 puns. Ready? I love to shop. And, you know, I'm also a Matt Damon fan. That's why I go Goodwill hunting.
Yeah.
Ah,
Nice, nice.
And I went there and I found this. It's a Christmas tree ornament on sparkle.
oh,
And I got it at Goodwill. So now I'm also officially trailer trash.
Right.
ah.
That's it. That's all I got for you folks. Hasn't this been fun with a great crew of people? You'll notice one is missing and he is forever banned. I apologize for the words that came out of his mouth that could be offensive and should not have been included, and I'll get them edited out and send this off to military places. So you guys at home, again, if you're a military or a veteran or family of or caregiver of or
Me.
child of, like Mary, word is military veteran David G. Scott. Do you have military in your family, Nico?
I do not in any immediate family, but I appreciate everybody and thank you for serving.
Thank you for thank you so much for being pro-military these days. It's not easy to come by. And thank you so very much for coming and supporting the rules of the room and being so hilariously funny, Nico and Mary and David. You guys at home, thanks again for serving our country. We love you. Bye, you guys.
All right.
I'll turn it off if you
Thank
want to
you.
stay. I'll turn off the live stream. I don't know how to do it. I keep forgetting. Hold on.
I'm just watching the thing till it doesn't say it anymore.
That's
Oh.
that one. And then live stream.
That's the more.